Hi, this is me. My camera started to warn me there, so this is part 2 of the psychic attacks and why I do confessions in magic, since I believe it's good for the soul. It's not any particular religion. And for me it is a means recognizing the flaws of the soul and accepting the consequences, taking full responsibility. And the difficult thing that I really struggled with for years and years was asking for forgiveness. And something I learned to act upon directly is acting upon the lesson, whether I banish my own thoughts, my own negativity, but I go into battle with myself there. Straight away, in one way you can say that I stab myself directly as I recognize something. And I do that by honesty and responsibility. And then I haven't heard of anybody else doing this, but like this page here, I leave an open letter with date and confessions. I write down the confessions of the week, let's say, and my conclusion of why it occurred or why not, and so on the altar, and I leave it open so the angels can read it. And I don't hide it, I don't put it, anyone who comes into my apartment can read it actually. And that's not a good thing, but I just put it there, and if they are stupid enough to go to my altar and think that they can use it against me, then they don't really know the angels, so that's up to them. But when the confession or confessions are accepted, a new transformation starts. And there is, in my life at least, there is always 1 or 2 or 3 different transformation happening all the time. There is constant change, and often with one confession, as I realize that it is part of something else and there is another root cause, there comes painful memories and healing as well. So there are, let's say, 3 transformations going on at one time. And they all pop up at different days or different times and so on. And I have a set of small boxes, or now I have only one, where I put these slips in. I was angry at my neighbor, really angry at him. He was making a noise and banging loudly on the doors and waking the whole house up. And then there was one who torched up the car again, and I get really angry sometimes, and I cuss and I want to hit them in the head. So all those small little bits end up in here. Then and it is copper, since it is love, so I'm a little bit forgiving for myself. I'm harsher on myself than on anybody else. And then I write out a letter based on these. And I usually write on Tuesdays for courage, since it's honesty and courage. And then I do my speaking confession during a ritual on Saturday. Comes to Saturn, and since I often start to fight my inner demons on Tuesday, that's a good day to start with courage and strife and everything. And on Fridays I contemplate with a little bit of forgiveness for myself. And then on Saturday I leave it up for judgment, and that's when I do the ritual, and that's when everything is written out. And then I simply state what I've done wrong and wait for the disciplinary actions on Saturday if the angels want to tell me off or something. And if I understood what I've done wrong and the action is honest, it can be quite a joyous feeling on Sunday as a strength and victory, a small battle won. And I'm a Scorpio Sun, Capricorn rising and Lilith moon in Taurus, and my spiritual house is ruled by Neptune, so it is a little bit of a mix there. But Tuesdays are Mars, war, strife, endurance and courage. Fridays Venus, love, beauty, forgiving yourself and self-love. And Saturday is my home day, if you say it like that. Time, karma, restriction, boundaries. And Sunday is my other home day, is strength, victory, sovereignty, owning your life, gaining your wisdom from your wrongdoings, and honestly within and without, and living what you say and being honest to yourself. And there is no light and fluffy ways to work with the old angels, the classic angels. You don't hide from the dark. You enter into the dark, and you fight your battles in the dark. And to get those small glimpses of light and wisdom and magic, you enter the dark, enter into the dragon's mouth. You do what you do, and you don't hide yourself behind anything, since the angels know what you are up to. So there is no point in lying and denying that you didn't do anything. You can cast thousands of circles and ask for spirits to hide who you are so that nobody knows what you are doing, but they always know anyhow. And that's why I think my way of doing magic is so simple. It is just be who you are, and when you do wrong, you accept that you did wrong. And I like to do confession since it helps me. And after the week on the altar as an open table, then I fold up and keep them in here for a year. And then after 1 year, I reread the letters, and then I put them down in a journal, since there is a lot of transformation and healing going on. And now, just for a small quick why I did this, I had this psychic attack where I was ripped out of my body, half in, half out, if you are familiar with that term, that my body was, my soul was stuck in my lower half of the body, but I could sit up in upright position with my upper body, and I was attacked by this creature. And there is that you have no voice, you are paralyzed during that time. So, but I got my hands free, so I managed to somehow clamp down his jaws and really forced the claws to jaws so he couldn't rip my throat. And then suddenly a huge angel came by and put a chain on the creature. And it went whimpering away, but I had to do the clamping of the jaws myself. But there was also this element of that I knew that there was someone watching over me. I knew that even if I can't speak or anything, but there is always somebody present there. I had to fight this creature. It was painful. Even when I woke up straight away, it hurt. So. But then I did some stretching and went back to sleep, and that was it. You don't dwell on it, you just go forward. And there's no amulets, no talismans, no crosses, no Bibles on my chest, and nothing like that. It is pure spiritual and trust, and trusting that you have your angels and making a connection to the spirit you are called to work with, and then you have to learn from that and grow. And the strongest thing in your anything is your soul, so don't ever think that you need anything to buy something special or eat salt or anything like that to get purity. It's all within your soul. So that was all for now, and have a magical, magical day.